Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name Haribo, Haribo.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. By the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet, even a fool can collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Chandra. And all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. I have given the purport of the third verse. Now, O devotee, please listen to the meaning of the fourth with full attention. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendentally situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Lord Krishna, the son of the King of Raya, is the Supreme Lord. He eternally enjoys transcendental pastimes in his eternal abode, Goloka, which includes Vrajadama. Once in a day of Brahma, he descends to this world to manifest his transcendental pastimes. We know that there are 4 ages, namely Satya, Treta, Dvarapa, and Kali. These 4 together constitute one Divya Yuga. "71 Divya Yugas constitute one Manu Antara. There are 14 Manu Antaras in one day. The present Manu, who is the 7th, is called Vaivasvata, the son of Vivasvan. 27 Divya Yugas of his age have now passed. All those messages. At the end of the Vapara Yuga of the 28th Divya Yuga, Lord Krishna appears on earth with the full paraphernalia of his eternal Vrajadama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Servitude, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal love are the four transcendental mellows. By the devotees who cherish these four mellows, Lord Krishna is subdued. Absorbed in such transcendental love, Lord Krishna enjoys in Vraya with his devoted servants, friends, parents, and conjugal lovers. Lord Krishna enjoys his transcendental pastimes as long as he wishes, and then he disappears. After disappearing, however, he thinks thus, for a long time I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless. Everywhere in the world, people worship me according to scriptural injunctions, but simply by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Vrijabhuma. Knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration, but devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. Knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration, but devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By performing such regulated devotional service in our way of veneration, one may go to Vaikuntha and attain the four kinds of liberation. What a noise. These liberations are Sarsti, achieving opulences equal to those of the Lord. Oh, I cannot remember. Sarupya, having a form the same as the Lord. Samipya, living as a personal associate of the Lord, and Sulokya living on a Vaikuntha planet. Devotees never accept Sayuyaya, however, since that is oneness with Brahman. I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age, Nama Sankirtana, the congregational chanting of the holy name. I shall make the world I shall make the world dance in ecstasy, realizing the four mellows of loving devotional service. I shall accept the role of a devotee, and I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. Unless one practices devotional service himself, he cannot teach it to others. This conclusion is indeed confirmed throughout the Gita and Bhagavatam. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendants of Bharata, and the predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To deliver the pious and to annihilate and the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear, millennium after millennium. If I did not show the proper principles of religion, all these worlds would fall into ruin. I would be the cause of unwanted population and would spoil all these living beings. Whatever actions a great man performs, common people follow, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. My plenary portions can establish the principles of religion for each age. No one but me, however, can bestow the kind of loving service performed by the residents of Raya. Janaki, that I saw you. There may be many all-auspicious incarnations of the personality of Godhead, but who other than Lord Sri Krishna can bestow love of God upon the surrendered souls? Therefore, in the company of my devotees, I shall appear on earth and perform various colorful pastimes. Thinking thus, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna himself, descended at Nadia early in the age of Kali. Thus the lion-like Lord Chaitanya has appeared in Navadvip. He has the shoulders of a lion, the powers of a lion, and the loud voice of a lion. May that lion be seated in the core of the heart of every living being. Thus with his resounding roar may he drive away one's elephantine vices. In his early pastimes he is known as Visvambara because he flutes the world with the nectar of devotion and thus saves the living beings. The verbal root, which is the root of the word Visvambara, indicates nourishing and maintaining. He, Lord Caitanya, nourishes and maintains the three worlds by distributing love of God. In his later pastimes, he is known as Lord Sri Krishna. Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame of Lord Sri Krishna. Knowing him, knowing Lord Chaitanya to be the incarnation of Kali Yuga, Garga Muni during the naming ceremony of Krishna predicted his appearance. This boy, Krishna, has three other colors, white, red, and yellow, as he appears in different ages. Now he has appeared in a transcendental blackish color, white, red, and yellow. These are the three bodily lustres that the Lord, the husband of the goddess of fortune, assumes in the ages of Satya, Treta, and Kali respectively. Now in the Vapara Yuga, the Lord has descended in the blackish hue. This is the essence of the statements in the Puranas and other Vedic literatures with reference to the context. In the Dvapara Yuga, the personality of Godhead appears in a blackish hue. He is dressed in yellow. He holds his own weapons, and he is decorated with the Kaustuba jewel and marks of Srivatsa. This is how his symptoms are described. The religious practice for the age of Kala is to broadcast the glories of the holy name. The religious practice for the age of Kali Yuga is to broadcast the glories of the holy name. Only for this purpose has the Lord in a yellow color descended as Lord Chaitanya. The luster of his expansive body resembles molten gold. The deep sound of his voice conquers the thundering of newly assembled clouds. One who measures 4 cubits in height and in breadth by his own hand is celebrated as a great personality. Such a person is called Nyagoda Parimandala Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, who personifies all good qualities, has the body of an Nyagoda Parimandala. His arms are long enough to reach his knees. His eyes are just like lotus flowers. His nose is like a sesame flower, and his face is as beautiful as the moon. He is peaceful, he is self-controlled, and fully devoted to the transcendental service of Lord Sri Krishna. He is affectionate toward his devotees, he is gentle, and he is equally disposed toward all living beings. He is decorated with sandalwood bangles and armlets, and anointed with the pulp of sandalwood. He especially wears these decorations to dance in Sri Krishna Sankirtana. Recording all these qualities of Lord Chaitanya, the Saga Vaisampayana includes his name in the Vishnu Sahasra Nama, The pastimes of Lord Chaitanya have 2 divisions. The early pastimes, Adi Lila, and the later pastimes, Sesa Lila. He has 4 names in each of those 2 Lilas. In his early pastimes, he appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful, and his body smeared with the pulp of sandalwood seems like molten gold. In his later pastimes, he accepts the sannyasa order, and he is equipoised and peaceful. He is the highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonalist non-devotees. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is repeatedly and clearly said that the essence of religion in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. O King, in this way, people in Dvapara Yuga worship the Lord of the universe. In Kali Yuga, they also worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the regulations of the revealed scriptures. Kindly now hear of that from me. In the age of Kali Yuga, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. My dear brothers, please hear all these glories of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. This verse clearly summarizes his activities and characteristics. The two syllables Krishna are always in his mouth, or he constantly describes Krishna with great pleasure. There are two meanings of the word Krishna Varna. Indeed, nothing else but Krishna issues from his mouth. If someone tries to describe him as being a blackish complexion, the next adjective immediately restricts him. His complexion is certainly not blackish. Indeed, his not being blackish indicates that his complexion is yellow. By performing the sacrifice of congregational chanting of the holy name, learned scholars of the age of Kali worship Lord Krishna, who is now non-blackish because of the great upsurge of the feelings of Srimati Radharani. He is only worshipable deity for the Paramahamsas, who have attained the highest stage of the fourth order. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya, show us his great causeless mercy. One can vividly see his glowing complexion of molten gold, which dispels the darkness of ignorance. The sinful life of the living beings results from ignorance. To destroy that ignorance, he has brought various weapons, such as his plenary associates, his devotees, and the holy name. The greatest ignorance consists of activities, whether religious or irreligious, that are opposed to devotional service. They are to be known as sins. Raising his arms, chanting the holy name, and looking upon all with deep love, he drives away all sins and floods everyone with love of Godhead. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the form of Lord Sri Caitanya, bestow His causeless mercy upon us. His smiling glance at once drives away all the bereavements of the world, and His very words enliven the auspicious creepers of devotion by expanding their leaves. Taking shelter of his lotus feet, invokes transcendental love of God at once. Anyone who looks upon his beautiful body or beautiful face becomes freed from all sins and obtains the wealth of love of Godhead. In other incarnations, the Lord descended with armies and weapons, but in this incarnation, his soldiers are his plenary parts and associates. Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is always the most worshipful deity of the demigods, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, who came in the garb of ordinary men, bearing love for him. He instructs his own pure devotional service to his own devotees. Will he again be object of my mission? His plenary parts and associates performs the work of weapons as their own specific duties. Please hear from me another meaning of the word anga. According to the evidence of the revealed scriptures, a bodily limb is also called a part, and a part of a limb is called a portional part. O Lord of Lords, O Lord of Lords, you are the sphere of all creation. You are indeed everyone's dearest life. Are you not therefore my father Narayana? Narayana refers to one whose abode is in the water from Garbhodakasya Vishnu, and that Narayana is your plenary portion. All your plenary portion are transcendental. They are absolute and are not creations of Maya. The manifestations of the Narayana who predominates in everyone's heart, as well as the Narayana who lives in the waters, is your plenary portion. You are therefore the original Narayana. The word Anga indeed refers to plenary portions. Such manifestations should never be considered products of material nature, for they are all transcendental, full of knowledge and full of bliss. Sri Advaita Prabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu are both plenary portions of Lord Sri Caitanya. Thus they are the limbs of his body. The parts of these two limbs are called the Upangas. Thus the Lord is equipped with sharp weapons in the form of his parts and plenary portions. All these weapons are competent enough to crush the faithless atheist. Sri Nityananda Gosana is directly Haladhara, and Advaita Acharya is a personality of Godhead himself. These two captains, with their soldiers, such as Srivasa Thakura, travel everywhere, chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Nityananda's very features indicate that he is the subduer of the unbelievers. All sins and unbelievers flee from the loud shouts to Advaita Acharya. Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya is the initiator. He is the initiator of kirtana, congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. One who worships him through Sankirtana is fortunate. Indeed, such a person is truly intelligent, whereas others who have but a poor fund of knowledge must endure the cycle of repeated birth and death. Of all sacrificial performances, the chanting of the Lord's holy name is the most sublime. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. One who says that 10 million Asvamedha sacrifices are equal to the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna is undoubtedly an atheist. He is sure to be punished by Yamaraya. In the auspicious introduction of the Bhagavad Sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami has given the following verse as an explanation. I take shelter of Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya Mahaprabhu. I take shelter of Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya Mahaprabhu, who is outwardly of a fair complexion, but is inwardly Krishna himself. In this age of Kali, he displays his expansions, his anjas and up-anjas, by performing congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. In the Upapuranas, we hear Sri Krishna showing his mercy to Vyasadeva by speaking to him as follows. O learned Brahmana, sometimes I accept the renounced order of life to induce the fallen people of the age of Kala to accept devotional service of the Lord. One can also directly see Lord Caitanya, his manifest influence in his uncommon deeds and uncommon Krishna conscience realization. One can also directly see Lord Caitanya's manifest influence in his uncommon deeds and uncommon Krishna conscience realization. But faithless unbelievers do not see what is clearly evident, just as owls do not see the rays of the sun. But faithless unbelievers do not see what is clearly evident, just as owls do not see the rays of the sun. O my Lord, those influenced by demoniac principles cannot realize you, although you are clearly the Supreme by dint of your exalted activities, forms, character, and uncommon power, which are confirmed by all the revealed scriptures in the quality of goodness, and the celebrated transcendentalist in the divine nature. Lord Sri Krishna tries to hide himself in various ways, but nevertheless his pure devotees know him as he is. Oh my God. Lord Sri Krishna tries to hide himself in various ways, but nevertheless his pure devotees know him as he is. O my Lord, everything with a material nature is limited by time, space, and thought. Your characteristics, however, being unequaled and unsurpassed, are always transcendental. To such limitations, you sometimes cover such characteristics by your own energy, but nevertheless your unalloyed devotees are always able to see you under all circumstances. Those whose nature is demoniac cannot know Krishna at any time, but he cannot hide himself from his pure devotees. There are two classes of men in the created world. One consists of the demoniac and the other of the godly. The devotees of Lord Vishnu are the godly, whereas those who are just the opposite are called demons. Advaita Acharya Goswami is an incarnation of the Lord. As a devotee, his loud calling was the cause for Krishna's incarnation. His loud calling was the cause for Krishna's incarnation. Whenever Sri Krishna desires to manifest his incarnation on earth, first he creates the incarnations of his respectable predecessors. Thus, respectable personalities such as his father, mother, and spiritual master all take birth on earth first. Madhavendra Puri, Isvara Puri, Srimati Sachimata, and Srila Jagannath Mishra all appeared with Sri Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya, having appeared, he found the world devoid of devotional service of Krishna, because people were engrossed in material affairs. Everyone was engaged in material enjoyment, whether sinfully or virtuously. No one was interested in the transcendental service of the Lord, which can give total relief from the repetition of birth and death. Seeing the activities of the world, the Acharya felt compassion and began to ponder how he could act for the people's benefit. I'm sorry. Hare Krishna, Gaura Hari Das. Advaita Acharya, he thought, if Sri Krishna were to appear as an incarnation, he himself could preach devotion by his personal example. In this age of Kali, there is no religion other than the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. But how in this age will the Lord appear as an incarnation? I shall worship Krishna in a purified state of mind. I shall constantly petition him in humbleness. I shall worship Krishna in a purified state of mind. I shall constantly petition him in humbleness. My name, Advaita, will be fitting if I am able to induce Krishna to inaugurate the movement of the chanting of the holy name. While he was thinking about to propitiate Krishna by worship, the following verse came to his mind. Sri Krishna, who is very affectionate toward his devotees, sells himself to a devotee who offers him merely a tulsi leaf and a palm full of water. Sri Krishna, who is very affectionate toward his devotees, sells himself to a devotee who offers him merely a tulsi leaf and a palmful of water. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Advaita Acharya considered the meaning of the verse in this way, not finding any way to repay the debt he owes to one who offers him a tulsi leaf and water. Lord Krishna thinks, there is no wealth in my possession that is equal to a tulsi leaf and water. Thus the Lord liquidates the debt by offering himself to the devotee. Considering in this way, the Acharya began worshipping the Lord. Thinking of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, he constantly offered tulsi buds in water from the Ganges. He appealed to Sri Krishna with loud calls and thus made it possible for Krishna to appear. He appealed to Sri Krishna with loud calls and thus made it possible for Krishna to appear. Therefore, the principal reason for Sri Chaitanya's ascent is disappeared by Advaita Acharya. The Lord, the protector of religion, appears. He appears by the desire of his devotee. Oh, my Lord, you always dwell in the vision and hearing of your pure devotees. You also live in their lotus-like hearts, which are purified by devotional service, O my Lord, who are glorified by exalted prayers. You show special favor to your devotion by manifesting yourself in the eternal forms in which they welcome you. The essence of the meaning of this verse is that Lord Krishna appears in all his innumerable eternal forms because of the desires of his pure devotees. Because of the desires of his pure devotees. Oh my God. Thus I have surely determined the meaning of the fourth verse. Lord Gauranga, or Lord Caitanya, Lord Gauranga, Lord Caitanya appeared as an incarnation to preach unallowed love of God, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishna Dasa, narrate Sri Caitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Well, this was chapter 3. Thank you everybody for listening. I see you next time. Bye. Bye everybody. Hare Krishna.